Hey everyone, so today I'm going to talk about how you can end up with traction alopecia even if you don't wear wigs with glue, tight braids, or weaves. Okay, so the first and most common style that I see people end up with traction alopecia that's not related to braids, wigs, weaves are buns and ponytails. It is so easy for you to get traction alopecia if you're wearing your buns gelled and slicked back really tight, using a hard brush where you're brushing it down. Gels that are out right now that are like super hard, they get your hair rock hard, they're super strong, and basically no moisture is getting through once it sets and dries. So if you want to wear buns, it's best to not make them your go-to style. I know they're super cute, they're quick, they're easy. You can lay your little baby hair down and all of a sudden, bam, you look like a new person. However, if you're gonna do it as a go-to style, meaning you're brushing it and you're gelling it down every single day, then you're more than likely going to end up with traction alopecia, and it's going to be gradual, but you will end up getting it because it's pulling and putting tension on those same areas every single day, week after week, month after month, if you're using your bun as a go-to style again. And you can also get traction alopecia towards the back of your neck and around your ears when you consistently wear buns. So it's not just about your edges. It affects right here around your ears and then right down here by the nape, okay? And that's why a lot of times you'll see ballerinas have traction alopecia because they have to wear those tight buns all the time. So if you're gonna wear buns, the best thing to do is to not do your bun every single day. Okay? If you want to wear a bun as a go-to style, you want to treat it like a protective style. You can set your bun with the gel, let it get hard, and then instead of doing it again the next day, sleep with a do-rag on or a scarf. Wear it for about 4 to 5 days at a time. This way it's very low manipulation. As far as moisturizing goes, when it's in a bun, you can get a fine mist spray bottle and pour some spring water in there at night, and then tie it up with your do-rag or your scarf. And you can wear that again for a few days as long as your scalp permits. Also, changing the position of the bun. If you have a top knot bun this week, don't do it in that same position the next week. If you have a low bun this week, put it on the side the next week. You have to switch up the position of the bun so it's not always in the same spot. But as a go-to style, I don't recommend it either way, but if you just have to wear it as a go-to style, another good thing you can do is braid the sides. So if you like to wear your bun right here, braid it up, bun right there. No need for gel, and again, you can wear it 5 to 7 days on average, and you'll be good. The second thing that I noticed that causes traction alopecia is wearing your hair in a puff. The puff right here with the elastic band around the middle, especially right after you big chop, you're going from a teeny weeny afro and your hair's getting bigger. I see people using puffs as their go-to style. And then by the time the puff area is grown out, all of this is broken out around the sides. Because it's literally, once you gel that down and you put that elastic band around your whole head, it looks cute, but actually it's like putting the rubber band around your entire hairline. Like you would put a rubber band on a ponytail, but instead it's around your entire hairline. So the same thing would happen if it were a small ponytail. It's gonna start to break off. Especially this nape area around your ears, it breaks off really bad. I see it all the time when you wear the puff as a go-to. So I'm gonna recommend the same thing I did with the buns. Braid the sides around your puff. This way you won't even need an elastic band, okay? It'll still give you the look of the puff, but without the need for daily styling, gelling it down, any of that. If you just have to wear the slick down gel to the side puff, again, never should it be a go-to. It should be for a special occasion, or you're rushing and now and then you want to do that, but definitely not on the daily, okay? Definitely not on the daily. The next one is not necessarily a style. It's more something that I see being done consistently on a day-to-day basis that can lead to thinning your edges out, and that is using a toothbrush on your edges with edge control specifically, because the edge control that's being made now is being made to last up to 48 hours, where you can't even, it's like hard as a rock. And you're doing that on a daily basis, and it's caking up day by day. It's gonna cause breakage and possibly pull your edges out. So if you want to have laid edges, the best thing to do is not to use edge control. Go back to using old school gel, possibly, best of all, alcohol free, and one that's not super heavy like the Echo Styler 10 volumes. Okay, something a bit lighter, like maybe the Aunt Jackie's makes a curl gel or something like that. I'm not big on talking about products, but those are two. All right, stay away from the 48-hour hold. It's not a good thing for your follicles. They're being smothered all around your hairline when you use that. And although these are products that are coming out that are meant to be like remedies for an issue, I'm not sure what the issue is, because there's nothing wrong with having edges that don't lay down. But these remedies that are meant to keep your edges laid down for 2 days, and everybody's taking pride in the fact that they're making these products, again, not a good thing. Don't recommend it, okay? And if you're gonna lay your edges down, just stay mindful of that, okay? Because having your edges laid down does give it a cleaner finish. I will say that. Laying the edges down, if you have a style, it just gives it, like, it completes the style to me. It makes it really pretty. However, things are getting too far with edges nowadays. People are cutting edges. They're cutting their hair to cover up traction alopecia. You know what I mean? So it's just getting a bit far with the edges. The fourth thing that can cause traction alopecia is getting your locks twisted too tightly. Not too often. It's too tight. I used to think too often, but what I'm realizing, it's not the frequency, because you could get them retwisted every 3 to 4 weeks. Or somewhere in between there. And if that stylist isn't using any tension, you're not gonna have any issues. If you're not getting it styled up and it's tight, you're not gonna have any issues, okay? Another way to not end up with issues from a retwist is not to use a comb. Don't comb your roots out. Just use the comb to separate the parts, put whatever product, and then just palm roll it or finger twist it. So try to stay away from that. Don't use a comb at the base of your locks when you're retwisting. This would be another way for you to make sure that your retwists don't make you end up losing hair and your hair thinning out. You can also skip using clips during your retwist. Just let your stylist know you want a clip-free retwist. When you add clips, it does add tension. As far as the services I give, I don't have to use clips, and I'm gonna start giving clients the option if they want to use clips or not. Now I have a story to share. I had a client, and she came to me. She had been wearing a braided ponytail that she had done. She had a head full of beautiful hair too. When she got it done, she said she immediately felt pain, like right away. But it was cute. She was getting married. She needed it. She was in a position where she couldn't take it down. Taking it down wasn't an option. So even though she was having that extreme discomfort, she wore it for the entire weekend until the celebrations were over. She got back in town. When she took it down, she noticed she had a plug of missing hair right here on her scalp. So don't think that traction alopecia is just edges. That was traction alopecia. You can get it anytime your hair is being snatched from the root due to extreme amounts of tension, tightness, and pulling. That is the definition. So that's whatever that looks like, whether it's a ponytail, braids, consistently using hard edge control for weeks at a time, using that toothbrush constantly on your edges. And you don't have to think too deep. Like, just because you're not wearing braids, if you start to see missing hair, just think about the practices. Be mindful of the habits. Put 2 and 2 together. Don't just dismiss it and disassociate from it, because you know what's going on. You don't need a doctor to tell you that, okay? So I hope that you find this beneficial. If you were wondering if you had traction alopecia or not because you don't wear braids or lace fronts, but you notice that your edges are thinning out over time, yes, that is traction alopecia, if you're able to connect it to the styles that you're wearing and being honest about that, and that you're doing it on a consistent basis, okay? So just keep that in mind. Thank you for watching. Go ahead and hit that like on the video and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate it so much, okay? Thanks. Peace. I'll see you in the next video.